2011 World Police and Fire Games and Memorial, Inc. is a not-for-profit organization that's dedicated to honoring the men and women of the New York City police and firefighters. The mission of the Games is to incorporate the cultural, entertaining, and historical experiences that New York has to offer. This year's Games also coincides with the 10-year anniversary of September 11th, where the memory of those will be remembered. Bill Miccio, Vice President of the Games, is here to tell us more, and thank you, Bill, for coming and sharing with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Bill, when we talk about this here, it's obviously a great time for both police and firefighters to get together. Share with us a little bit, because, in New York, they think that there's a little rivalry between the police and the fire department. How big is this rivalry?
The rivalry is there. Every year we play hockey and basketball and soccer or football. The sports community is a way of crossing those cultural divides, so to speak, and actually celebrating humanity through sport. Mm-hmm. So we took these games to a different level. You know, the games have been in existence for the last 25 years. It happens every 2 years in a different city all around the world. They're just like the Olympics. 6 years out, you put a bid in, and they have a site inspection committee come out, and they judge you based on the other cities, and then they award the games. 6 years out from these games, they're awarding the 2017 games. So in 2011, we're going to have 3 cities bidding for the rights to host the games in 2017. Mm-hmm. We won that bid in 2005, and there's 69 sports. It's over a 10-day period. Our games are very special because it's on a 10-year anniversary of September 11th. So we've invited the world. We want to keep our promise to the families to remember them, never forget. Mm-hmm. We're also going to use this opportunity to say thank you to the world. After September 11th, everybody was there for us. We have an opportunity through sports, through this platform, mm-hmm. celebrating humanity through sports, as we say. We have an opportunity to say thank you and invite them here to our city, mm-hmm. show them what we have to offer, and welcome them. We have the support of the mayor, the governor, both fire, police commissioner, the Port Authority, parks, mm-hmm. and everybody is so supportive of this event because what it means to New York.
And I started out talking about the rivalry, but the truth is there is a lot of camaraderie there as well.
Yes, I mean, right now we have over 250 people volunteering and working day in and day out for the games. They're sports managers, they're sport coordinators, volunteer coordinators, the grassroots organization. So they're firefighters, police officers, Port Authority, state troopers, court officers. We got Suffolk County Police Department, Nassau County Police Department, you name it, everybody's involved to help for one common goal, to produce the games, to welcome 16,000 athletes to New York City, because that's how many we have right now.
Wow.
And it's still growing. So it's an amazing number. It's the largest World Police and Fire Games ever. With that comes from the responsibility of hosting these people.
That's
how
right.
are we going to do it?
That's right.
And one of the ways we're going to do it is by volunteers. And today is a perfect opportunity to share with everyone in the Bronx. We have 11 sports happening in the Bronx. 4 of them right in this building right now. Mm-hmm. We have swimming, the toughest competitor alive, racquetball, and I don't know what the other first one. I'm drawing a blank. But we have Van Cortlandt Park. We have cross-country run there. We have Gaelic football. And in the NYPD training facility, we have 4 different shooting sports. Mm. So there's a lot happening in New York, in the Bronx. We could use your help. Anybody that would like to volunteer, our website is the gateway to the games. So we're directing everybody to www.2011wpfg.org. On the website, you can go in and buy some merchandise. You see what kind of great merchandise we have
right.
For the games. You can go on there and sign up to volunteer for the games. We have several different events that are happening. This Friday night, we're going to be in MCU Park for the Cyclones game. It's 2011 World Police and Fire Games night hosted by the FDNY. That should be a great evening. If anybody's available, come on out. Mm-hmm. You can go on our website and hit a link where you can buy a ticket. As you can see.
Yeah, and let's tell people first of all. We got the if we get a shot of this, it talks about some of the sports that are actually going to be taking place. Now these are sports that actually firefighters and police officers will be taking part in. Angling, salt water, angling fresh water. I'm looking and seeing some of the other places. You got darts, judo, muster. Let's push down here. Rifle large bore, rifle small bore. And so you got, and staircase.
Stair climb. So stair race is basically a race to the top of the stairs. We're using 7 World Trade Center, a very historical site, obviously, for the 10-year anniversary. We have over 600 people competing in that event alone. We had to shut it down because it was just too popular and we didn't have enough time to do the event. There's two different types of stair race. One is regular, where you just come in with your sneakers and shorts, and then there's full firefighting gear, which is only open up to firefighters. Obviously, you can see the legal responsibilities.
Right.
Where's David when you need him?
Right.
So, athletes come in there and they compete, and they've been training for years. I've had emails from people from all around the world. 70 countries are represented in these games, over 14,000 agencies.
Wow.
1,400 agencies are represented
Okay.
in the games. And that's a lot of people coming together, speaking all different languages. We need all types of volunteers. We need translators. We need workers.
Right,
we need sports people.
Because we're talking about an international.
Yes.
And we're talking about people who cover, you got a Chinese population, and you got, you talk about Gaelic, you talk about the Irish population. So there's a whole lot of different populations that you're trying to accommodate as well.
Yes. It's something that we share. I've been traveled all around the world. And every time I meet a firefighter, a police officer, there's a certain commonality that we have, a certain mutual respect. And it doesn't matter whether you speak their language or not. There's still this instant, gratification that you know how to communicate with each other because you respect what we each do. And that's carried throughout the world. It's amazing. It's amazing.
So these guys come in and these ladies come in and they're taking part in this thing. Obviously, a whole list. You have the sports events themselves,
yes,
but then there's other things I'm sure that's taking place.
Yes, a lot of social aspects of the games. It starts out with the grand opening ceremonies. We're hosting our opening ceremonies August 26th in Prospect Park. We're expecting about 30 to 50,000 people, competitors and guests, and then we have a candlelight vigil at the end of the games, which will be held at St. John Divine, and that'll be a respectful moment after we close. Our closing ceremonies on the 4th, we'll have a moment of reflection, and it should be a special time for everyone to just take a little moment and remember why we're here.
Yeah, it's a little sentimental, of course, to be doing this on September, close to September the 11th. You've got just about a week before it's taking place here in New York. For guys such as yourself and others, obviously, a lot of mixed emotions. While you have a sense of joy that all the brothers are coming together, there also has to be a sense of remembrance as to the things in the events that have taken place.
Definitely. For me, I've been a fireman for 24 years. I work right here in the Bronx in Ladder 49. There is a special part that's a pride, being proud of being who we are and what we do. So there's a lot of emotion. This is a big event. This is huge. And to be on the spotlight, the world spotlight, to welcome people in New York, is a great opportunity for us to show the world that September 11th happened. We saw what the worst of humanity had to offer.
Right.
After September 11th, you saw what the best of humanity had to offer. And I choose to focus on what the best humanity has to offer instead of looking at this like a negative event. I'm going to look at this as an opportunity for us to grow and to celebrate together.
Because when we look at that day, it didn't matter what color, race you were. It didn't matter where you were working. It didn't matter, whether you were a public servant, even for you, public, police, fire. Everybody just seemed to come together. And for one, I want to say at least I'll get 1 month, we all seemed as though that there's this oneness. And now, I guess, having this event, it's also going to recreate a oneness. And talk to us about that, because that's got to also energize your battery for when you go back to work.
Yeah, a lot of people, have sort of put it on the back burner. There were some people that haven't. You look at our sponsors like Budweiser and Scott Health and Safety and Con Edison, Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield, Bronx Toys. These guys were there. It was like, hey, this is what we're doing. I'm in. I'm going to support firefighters and police officers all around the world on the 10-year anniversary. I'm in. And that we found with a lot of the public. We have people volunteering and giving us things, to help support these sporting events. We have sport-specific sponsors, all different associations within the different sports, volunteering their time and services to produce this event. So we feel it, we live it every day, but it would be nice to show the rest of the world, that this still exists and it happens every day here. I believe that, a lot of people have done a lot of great things, and they'd rather be, fly under the radar and just do it for the right reasons and not be noticed and not take the accolades. But I just want to say thank you to all those people that have supported the World Police and Fire Games.
Well, let me ask this question, and then we're going to go to break. Talk to us about you for a second. In addition to being the spokesperson, are we going to see you competing in anything here?
You know, I've competed in the game since 1999. I started the FDNY volleyball team in '98. We traveled to Stockholm, Sweden, and we got crushed. I mean, we didn't even win a game. You know, I joke around with the guys. You know, we were firemen pretending to be volleyball players. You know, we played against a Russian team that were volleyball players pretending to be firefighters.
That's right.
And it didn't matter. We walked through the 1912 Olympic Stadium during the opening ceremonies, and we were hooked. It was our first time at the games. We fell in love with what the games were about, and we all vowed that we'd be back in Indianapolis in 2001, which the games were held in Indianapolis. And we would end up being the Bad News Bears of volleyball. We won a bronze medal, and from that point forward, you know, I fell in love with the games. That was in June of 2001. And
here you are, 2011.
Exactly.
And you're the spokesperson.
I'm one of many.
Right.
You know, for this person sitting here, there's 10, you know, that are doing the same thing I'm doing. We have a good group. This is not about any one person. This is about, you know, us as a whole, as an organization. You know, today I'm speaking, you know, and tomorrow somebody else is speaking. And the voice is one, and it's the same message. You know, we're inviting the world to come take part in these games. We're inviting, you know, the city to get involved in these games, volunteer, donate, you know, buy some toys, you know, buy a basketball, buy our mascots, you know, go on and you know, buy a challenge coin. Everything goes directly to supporting the games.